Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video I want to talk about a company that has, by some analyst ratings, trillion-dollar stock potential by 2030, and the company is called Coupang, and at $27 it has recently formed a double bottom, which could be a sign of a reversal. I want you to have this one on your watch list. So for those of you not familiar with Coupang, it owns and operates an e-commerce business through its mobile application and internet web services, primarily in South Korea. It sells a variety of products and services in the categories of home good, decor products, apparel, beauty products, fresh foods, groceries, sporting goods, electronics, everyday consumables, as well as travel and restaurant order and delivery services. Now, Coupang is fast, and the way they're able to do that is the size of the country isn't all that large compared to the United States or China for Alibaba. So it has 100 different fulfillment centers across the country, placing it within 7 miles of 70% of the population. So there's a massive network, 15,000 full-time delivery drivers, active customers hit 17 million, revenue per active customer grew 36%. So what's the issue? Why is the price so low? Why is this a value buy right now? Well, like I was saying, there's a lot of negative PR that happened. CEO stepped down, worker deaths, there was a warehouse fire. I mean, it kind of sounds like a mess if you put it all together. There's supposedly insider sell-off. This was a recent IPO, so PIPE investors were able to get out of their position, which further pressed the price down. So lastly, South Korea gave investors a China-level scare when the antitrust regulators mentioned that they were going to take a closer look at excessive profits from country's leading online companies, and then they went and clarified. The head of Korea Fair Trade Commission said that there would be no hard crackdowns on tech in South Korea, that it would only impose the minimum necessary regulations in rare cases where the path to compete was being impeded by market leaders. So there's a few things I want to share with you. First off, I want to go to Coupang's investor page and look at the news and events. Now, the last thing that was reported was Alex Wong, head of public affairs, August. This was August, and then Coupang invests $200 million in worker health and safety initiatives. So they're putting money back into safety. They hired over 600 workers, and they have started the international expansion, so they need somebody for public affairs. Now, August, September, nothing's been announced in September or anything in October. So news can obviously be a catalyst for any stock that's sitting at a low price. It could give extra boost to it, any kind of news catalyst. So it looks like, if you scroll down here, it looks like we're overdue for news. Typically, there's something that comes out every month. We've skipped a month and more. The next thing I have pulled up is they still have Kim listed on their leadership page. So maybe they're not getting around to updating this. I would tell you to make sure you check out the Twitter account if they do have an active Twitter account. I did not check that out. Coupang announces in their second quarter revenue growth of 71% and 15th consecutive quarter of over 50% constant currency revenue growth and reaching an $18 billion run rate. So, I mean, the numbers there, they're undeniable, they're good, but operational costs are questionable. So in the retail space, e-commerce, it's difficult if you don't have something software related like a cloud service or something like that to get really good margins. And we'll see that. We'll look at the financials in just a moment. So analysts are saying things like, will Coupang be a $1 trillion stock by 2030? So, it'll take a lot to get there, but is there potential? Of course there is. So a low on tip ranks of $32, a high of $44. Let's go straight into the financials. You could see quarter over quarter, sustained growth, improved gross margins, not the highest, 18%, but still, they're improving. And if we go to tip ranks, they're also talking about this international expansion, and their entry into the Southeast Asia is likely going to be a game changer. So just be focused on that, because at the end of the video, I'm going to show you where they've already started that, and it should be reflective in their Q3 earnings. Now, another thing I like to do is I like to go and make sure that if I go into the jobs, can I see that there are actually jobs posted for international expansion in these areas that they say they'll be expanding in? Are they actually operating there? Can I get news out of those locations? Tokyo, we got Taiwan, we got also Singapore listed in here. So those locations are listed. Now, the next earnings could be on or about November 10th, according to Earnings Whisper, but this isn't always absolutely accurate. So look for that announcement to come out on their page. Now, I want to talk about technicals. So W pattern, double bottom here, and then a sign of a reversal. So I did draw this in. You can see these pink lines. There is the potential that this is going to start a reversal. Now, if you go to FinViz and you filter by the sector and the industry, and you look at their competitors, you could do some filters on here for all of these tabs. I've got it listed on the financials. I also wanted to look at ownership. I wanted to check about insider ownership. I wanted to talk about, and just see how it compares. So you'll see they're listed on here. Coupang is listed on number 9, and if you scroll over, you can see insider transactions, negative 91, 84% for institutional ownership. So what we're saying is insiders have been selling. I would want to understand why, right? And I don't want to jump to conclusions. I want to do my due diligence. And then 84% insider ownership. Now, that number looks good in comparison with everyone else. The other person that's going to be on here for high insider or institutional ownership is going to be FTCH. And if you just want to do a comparison with Alibaba or Amazon, you could see those comparisons here. And let's check out the insider buying. What's going on? It's saying that there's a lot of insider selling, and that's what we're seeing here. So the top 2 and most recent are going to be SVF Investments, which is basically the company that financed them. And this is the PIPE, right? I mean, the PIPE investment had the opportunity to sell, and that's what they did. And then we've got the CTO. So one thing you want to do is you actually want to pull these up and then read and find out which code they're being filed under. Now, and you just want to read and see what the news says about this. So we've got 2 people. We're looking at their codes. So that's what I want to do. I want to look at the important transaction codes and see if there was anything that forced them to sell, if there's an A code. And I didn't see anything that was concerning to me. SoftBank was the one who financed them. They were going to take profits. This is highly, and they didn't sell their entire position, but they had a large portion of the company, so they decided to take profits. They were able to. Now, I will tell you that Coupang's app dropped more than 700,000 at one point due to the boycott that they had. So if I scroll up here and we look at this article, it comes in on August 19th. So it's talking about how basically Coupang CEO Kim was under fire for the worker treatment in South Korea. And it says that, he's got to take employee safety more seriously. So he had to either step down or was fired. But, it looked like there was some turbulence that happened. Hopefully this got all ironed out. But I'm sure that this didn't help the stock price overall. So last thing I have is you can see here that, he's actually stepped down to focus on international operations, and South Korea's Coupang launches trial operations in Japan. So this is just trial operations, and this is June 4th. Maybe it's made it much further than that by now. I didn't find anything else in reference to that. But hey, $27, this is one worth considering putting on your watch list. And I believe that you could start cost averaging down at this level. I mean, it's down from 60 where it had its initial IPO. So that's significantly down, and potentially it could only go up from here. I hope that all of the negative PR is behind them. The leadership changes that are necessary have taken place, and we see this stock start going up because e-commerce is definitely here to stay. That's all I got. I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.